How's it going, everybody? I'm sure the scenery has changed a bit from my last ride on the mountain bike, because it has. I am actually down in Florida now. There's been a lot of stuff going on in life, which is why I haven't kicked out a video again. This was one of the reasons why I'm here. So what I'm doing now is gonna go for a little ride, which is known as the Loop. I'm in Daytona area, cruising down Nova Road. I'm gonna bring you over to the river, the Halifax River, also known as the ICW, Intercoastal Waterway. We're gonna cross over the Granada Bridge, go up A1A, it's a flagler, and then come down Old Dixie Highway. And you'll get to experience some of the Florida traffic for those who have never been here. It's quite interesting, to say the least. I hope everything is sounding okay. It's really it's still a trial thing going on with my helmet and the microphone, the wireless Rode microphone that I have. Still working out the quirks with it. The couple of test runs that I've done with the motorcycle, the sound was okay. What I had to do is actually switch or flip the microphone 90 degrees, and the mic itself is actually pushed into my cheek pad of my helmet to hopefully kill off some of the wind noise. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. So I'm hoping this run is actually going to sound a little bit better. But we'll see. Gotta turn off my directional. For some reason, I always forget to turn that thing off. I do my best to remember, but I don't always do that. Traffic sure is slow today, but it's the holiday week. New Year's is tomorrow. We just got past Christmas. Everybody's still lingering around for the holidays. I've lived here a few times, well, more than a few times. I've been bouncing back and forth between Massachusetts and here. I've got family here, I got family up north. Sometimes we miss the mountains, we end up moving back north, and then other times, you know, we get sick of the winter, so we come back down to Florida. I was born down here, I was raised up there, so I got connections to both places. See if we make this green light. No problem. Crossing over Ridgewood, the famous road of Daytona, where all the interesting things happen. For those who know the area, know what I'm talking about. For those that don't, well, I don't know. I don't really want to put Ridgewood in a bad place, but get some sketchy things that go on there. What I'm riding is a KTM 390 adventure bike. I picked it up when I got down here for a second mode of transportation. We just ran around with the truck, but coming down here, the truck wasn't going to cut it for the both of us. So I just went down to one of the motorcycle dealerships with some money in my pocket and found this thing used. Walked out the door with it that day. Free and clear. around in this thing. I mean, I'm down in Florida, you can ride it all year round, right? So we're looking at the Halifax River right now. Like I said, it's also known as the ICW Intercoastal Waterway, where all the boaters run up and down the coast seasonally. Or seasonally? I think that's the correct word, right? Sometimes I don't know my English. This is Riverside Drive. Really nice road. Low speed. You get people that like to run it, bike it, walk it, for obvious reasons. It's a cloudy day today. You can actually see the clouds over there hovering around the hotel. It's kind of neat. But it was supposed to be sunny today. It's still early in the day. Hey, look at that. I still forgot my directional. But anyways, they were calling for some sun today. I don't know if it's still going to come out or not. Hopefully. On the pro side, it's not misting anymore. Went out for a small ride with the wife earlier today and it was just mist. It's still warm. I think it's running about 65 degrees right now if I had to make a guesstimate. It's supposed to be, I think, a high of 75. I do see some blue skies over there to my right. It's the ocean. That's where we're heading. So we might see some sun, maybe not. You guys might be noticing some damages on the sides of the road. As you can recall, Milton just came through here not too long ago. The Hurricane Milton caused a lot of problems for the area. I came down a week after it hit. There was just debris everywhere, all over every side of the road in the whole area. It was a mess. So they've done a pretty good job cleaning it up. Non-stop repairs. It's a beautiful view though, right? Always breezy. You can always see dolphins swimming around out there. That's quite common. Manatees. See your fish jumping. You get some massive, massive boats too, yachts that just cruise on down. I mean, multi-million-dollar yachts. I would imagine they're cruising down to Miami, Keys. There's so many restaurants and stuff that you can sit on along the river, drink some beer, eat some good food, and just watch them sail and cruise on by. Tree guys doing some yard work. Cut down that tree. Very popular road for anybody. Tourists and everything to come travel down. There's your bridge that we're going to be going over. Granada Bridge. Route 40. There's a really nice fishing pier at the bottom of it. It goes way out towards the middle of the river. hopefully you can make it out in the camera, but you can definitely see the pier out there. Really nice area to walk over the bridge, and there's a park on the other side, beach side. It's beautiful. Park on this side right here. Most of it's for trailers. There's a boat ramp right there. Got a lot of rattling going on my bike. I got to go through. My brakes are squeaky too. Been going through the bike as much as I can since I got it, which was only a couple of months ago, but being used 16,000 miles, you know, it's got some wear and tear. Had to do the chain and sprockets. Those are beyond worn. We're coming down, or back down straight ahead after we do the loop. That's a park right there, and it's on the right, you can see it. On the left there's also one. It's small, but like I said, it's really nice in there just to go and hang out. You walk around underneath the bridge. Coming down on the beach side, the ocean's straight ahead of us. Lots of little shops along the way. Grocery store, Publix. Traffic has gotten crazy over the years down here though. I first moved back here when I was like 18, like 43 now. And back then, like, there was half this traffic, maybe less, and it's just blown up so much. I mean, all they've been doing is building things, putting in new apartment buildings, businesses. I mean, it's literally exploded since the first time I moved down here, or moved back here, I should say. Yeah, there's definitely some blue skies, so that sun's popping out too. That's really nice. I'm glad that's happening. It's been raining a lot lately, which is unusual for the Sunshine State. Little plaza. It's the beach ramp right there at the light. It goes straight through and puts you right on the beach. My squeaky brakes. Can appreciate a quick light. So we're going to be riding along the ocean for a while. It's a beautiful ride. Still quite foggy up here though. You're gonna see a lot of erosion that happened during the hurricane up here, where the sand dunes kind of washed away. They've been rebuilding them. Beautiful houses up here too, right on the ocean, to be expected. Could be one of those guys that just rides aside and go around, but I'm not gonna do that. There we go. Sit for the red light. Keep looking at that truck behind me, thinking that it's the wife driving my truck. Black Ram. Lots and lots of traffic. Holiday week on A1A. I think they named it Jimmy Buffett Boulevard or something like that. It's definitely named after Jimmy Buffett. After he passed away, which was super unfortunate. I always wanted to go to one of his concerts and I never got to. How about that house, right? That's a nice one. So many nice looking houses. That is crazy. There's so much fog up here. I just hope it's fog and not rain. The radar is not showing anything for rain. They said the fog was supposed to let up around 10. Jeez, if it's this foggy, I don't even know if you guys are going to see the ocean or at least much of it. Definitely feel a drop in temperature too with the moisture. Yeah, you can't even see the ocean. It's a long ride up north, so we might even drive right out of it. I don't know. The sun is trying to come out. see what happens. Squeeze on by. Yeah, that's the ocean right there that you cannot see. Oh, a little bit. You can see the waves. What's going on with my camera here? Hopefully it's still working. Oh yeah, just a little fog on there. Not going to talk much through here, you know, it's high speed, 55 miles an hour, so I'll just let you guys check it out. There we go, there's the ocean. A couple of surfers out there. Not sure if you guys are picking it up or not, but you're gonna start noticing a lot of the damage that happened. These are all sand dunes here. There's a sidewalk that goes from here all the way up to Flagler too, so you can ride like a bicycle or walk, run it safely. Putting in all these footings in here. I don't know what they're planning on doing, maybe making a seawall, but they've been doing it for a while now. So much work to be done. So many businesses just damaged. A Category 1 hurricane that came through here. It hit on the west coast and then traveled across the state. By the time it got over here, it was a Cat 1. I think it hit as a Cat 3 on the west coast, if I'm correct. Some, well, this one says no parking, but they do have others where you can't park. To sit on the beach. Right here, the ocean drops off rather quick, whereas down in Daytona, it goes out gradually. Good for kids. As you can tell, there's the sidewalk. It's nice and wide. It's part of the East Coast Greenway Trail, which people use to bicycle down from Maine to Key West. If you guys are familiar. I think I might start wearing earplugs permanently. It gets really loud at these speeds, my helmet. I got one of those MX-9. So as you can tell, it's open face, and all this wind, it just kind of rushes in my helmet. It's loud. Eventually I'm going to get one of those full face helmets where I get the shield that comes down, or maybe they're called adventure helmets. I'm not too familiar with what all the names are of them, but they've just got that shield that comes down and blocks off some of the wind. See, this is one of the spots where you can pull over. Now let's pull right here. Most of the time there's not anybody there, but because it's a holiday, that's probably why it's busy. You're going to see up here at Flagler, it's going to be real busy too. Not a whole lot going on to my left. Really what you see is what you get over there. They made this much wider. But again, this used to be all big sand dunes. They were tall. You couldn't even see the ocean. And now look at it, it's just flat. All just washed away. But I have no idea exactly what they are doing here, because they're putting in concrete forms. Somebody probably knows that does this kind of work. I'm not that guy. I built houses. That's the closest I've gotten to this. Even this building right here, I don't know if that's damage from the hurricane and they just gutted it or what, but there's a lot of it around. A few surfers out there too. If you guys are watching on a big screen 4K TV, then you should be able to make those out. Busy here though. Got a little RV park right here on the ocean. Not a bad place to come park an RV and camp out, right? The sun's really popping out now. Got a little restaurant right here. High tides. All the beach houses there with their Caribbean colors. How do you pronounce it? Is it Caribbean or is it Caribbean? How do you guys pronounce that? I always went with Caribbean. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I'll just go with it. Getting close to the Flagler Pier, speed drops down to 25. And the police do sit out here quite often and patrol it. Make sure you're doing that. More damage to that house, minor, compared to others. A lot of these little walkways here that you see to the right going down to the ocean, they're all they're private. The people here on the left own them. Nice big garages. See the pier, Flagler Pier. We got a pretty decent restaurant right there at the start of the pier called the Funky Pelican. Been there a few times. We got outdoor seating that's right on the ocean. You can watch people fishing and walking by, just relax. We usually go there for breakfast. Never been for dinner or lunch, so I don't know what the food is like there, but breakfast is pretty good. You got your little boardwalk. And as you can tell, the Flagler Sheriff. Yeah, you can always spot the tourists because they're down here in t-shirts and shorts walking around, and I'm here with jeans and a sweatshirt on. I only got down here a couple of months, but I came down when it was still warm, so it's kind of cold for me. Cool, I should say. It's not cold, it's cool. There's the Funky Pelican right there. Got a chalkboard out front there. You can write whatever you want on there. Take a left here on SR 100. We're going to go down and catch John Anderson, which will turn into Old Dixie. Plenty of parking around here. Lots of shops to go check out. Restaurants, everything. You know, the typical tourist stuff. It's a nice area. The wife and I are supposed to come up at some point, walk around, check it out, since we've never done it. Be tourist for a day. You keep going further north, you run into St. Augustine. That's a trip for another day. St. Augustine is, there's a lot going on up there, which I am also not familiar with. Been a few times. Today it's just a motorcycle ride. Love the painting on that building. Done a nice job with that. Heading over to the ICW again. I don't know if they call it the Halifax River up here though. Might be something different. Got all the cruisers there, sailboaters. It's gotta be a nice little cruise down the ICW. I tell you, it's really nice, especially down here in Florida. I'm sure it is in other places too, but down here in Florida for sure, it's nice. Always those people that I don't know where they're going. They gonna run the red light? He's like hurrying up, Jesus. Let's see how this goes. Alright, they're turning again. Are they really turning this time? Nope, just kidding. Oh, this is typical Florida right here. People just don't know where they're going. You just got to get used to that. Alright, they really turn. I wasn't trusting it. Well, let's go back to riding, right? Faking people out there with that cop. Every time I come down, that car is just sitting there. I would imagine he probably sits in there sometimes just so he can get people. I know in Worthington, Massachusetts, there was always a police car. It would sit at the fire station. And every once in a while, he'd actually be sitting in there because people are so used to it, just the car parked there. People are flying by, you'd actually be in there and get them. Not a bad tactic. Take more development down there. Probably had to make a pit stop soon and change out my battery. The one on my helmet is just running off a battery, so I have no idea what the life is at. This one's plugged in. $720,000 for 5 acres of land. Yeah, I got that right in my wallet right now. Oh, that's so crazy. And there's just so many people out there that have that kind of money too. I'm not one of them. 'Nice painting on the side of that house. All these trees and like sunrise or sunset, I would bet would look amazing, especially if you throw in some fog. These southern live oaks, I swear, are my favorite trees. They look so good. I'm quite surprised I have not seen any other motorcycles. That's what I'm saying, they call this the loop, and it's a loop for, I mean, it's anybody really, but a lot of bikers, they know of it because it's just a really nice ride to do, especially if you're not from the area. You know, they talk to the locals, you know, they're hanging out on Main Street or something, and, you know, hey, did you do the loop? That's what a lot of people do. It's one of the most popular day rides. There's several others you could do around here, but this is one of them. That was almost a perfect stop there, Tesla. I'm not judging, I've done it. Coming through here, it's called Bulow Creek. They got some walking trails in here and everything. It's nice. It's been a really long time since I've been in there though. And that's one of the things I want to do on this channel. I want to do so many different things. I don't want it to be geared towards, motorcycle rides. And obviously I've done the mountain biking. I want to do everything that's related to adventure, just getting out there, getting outdoors, and just seeing stuff, doing stuff, checking things out. That's really what I want this channel to be about. How I do it is not really important. It's just that I'm out there doing it and I'm sharing it with you guys. I absolutely love traveling and just going out and experiencing new things, seeing new stuff. And that's really what I want this channel to be about. So I hope you guys enjoy. Follow along. And then liking the videos, it kind of shows me the things that you guys really enjoy. Not that I'm going to go out there and specifically do those, because I'm doing this stuff a lot for me too. I'm just sharing it with you guys, but it'll give me an idea of what you guys are really enjoying too. Throwing some comments. So coming up here, we're gonna go by Tomoka Park. I'm not stopping in there, but it is down here. They got camping. They got like an outdoor park you can hang out at. And right here, this is one of the known things too, is the tree canopy for this route. But in Tomoka Park, you can fish, you can hang out in the river, you can kayak, you can lounge. It's a historical site, so there's, I think there's a souvenir shop in there and probably some other things you can do that's related to the history of it. It's been a very long time since I've been in there, so I don't know exactly what's going on in there anymore. But it's in respect to the Native Americans. They used to run around this area. And as I said, there's Bulow Creek too, which is coming up here on the left. And I think it's got one of the oldest oak trees in there. And there's a placard to show it. It's quite neat. It's right here on the left. You pull in there, the parking lot, free parking, walking trails. Some of these parks are free, other ones cost money. Like the Tomoka, you have to pay, I think it's like $5 to drive in and spend the day, whereas, Bulow Creek, it's free. They got bathrooms there. Picnicking areas, so they got picnic tables. I recommend checking it out. They do have a campground there too. I don't think it's rated very well though. Tomoka, on the other hand, is rated very well. I was wondering if this guy was going to wait for me or not. Still flooded in here. Wow. Although it's probably high tide in the river too. road is flooded up here. Usually when it's high tide on the river, the road floods. And it's not something I want to drive through with this bike because it's brackish water. I don't want all the salt on the bike. But we'll see what it looks like. If so, there's an escape route out on US 1. We can take that instead. Well, I got my nicotine fix for today. There's a huge cloud of smoke that just blew out. I'll pull over up here at the river. I'm gonna change out my battery. What do you guys think of this tree canopy though? Pretty neat. Got all the moss hanging from the trees. That's the thing about the East Coast, is tree canopy everywhere, all up and down the coast. Even the Appalachian Trail, you know, it's known as the Green Tunnel. Very sketchy ride. Hey, I'm gonna pull in right here. No, I'm not. I was gonna pull in right there. Pulling up here. It's definitely a sketchy road to be riding on. So do I have an open opportunity here? I sure do. Very nice. So let's check out and see what's going on over here. Not really much to see. Neat if there was a gator around here, but I have yet to see one of those. Ooh. All right, let's get out of here. Well, there's a nice view. That's where it should have stopped, huh? as they stopped, my battery died. So I swapped out. We're going again. That was the escape route to US 1, but this is where it usually floods, right here. So it looks like we're good. Get down in that park. I don't know if it costs or I don't think it costs. I'm gonna go check it out. Gate's open. Let's go ride through. State Park, South Picnic Area, entrance fee $5 required. Please obtain receipt. Ranger station. Alright, so I don't have it. I'm not getting a permit. Not getting a permit, just to drive through and check it out. So that's the entrance to it. Like I said, they got lots of cool stuff in there. They got a walking trail right there to the right. I think maybe what I'll do now is I'll come down and I'll go over Main Street Bridge and all that. Come back out into A1A and I'm going to go down to Hunt's Inlet. And I'll probably end the trip at the Port Orange Causeway on the Dunlop Bridge. I never used to like those, but they're kind of growing on me now. I don't think I'd ever own one, but I'm starting to like them. Right now we're in Ormond Beach. We're north of Granada, running south. Maybe what I should start doing when I do little trips like this, I can record it on my phone here, and then that way, you know, if anybody wants to go ride the same route, you know, they can pull up my GPS file and import it into whatever they want to use. I go ride the same route that I just did. The one I'm doing today is, you know, pretty easy. You run literally right up A1A, cut over SR 100 and down John Anderson to Old Dixie. And then I'm going to go follow this right on down. Be Riverside Drive again, Beach Street, Main Street, over to A1A, and then A1A south, all the way down to Ponce Inlet, and then come back up. I mean, That right there will give you the loop that I just did. If you pull out a map somewhere, you can plot it out. But this is the first ride I had planned to do for a video down here. I'm going to be doing other stuff too with mountain biking. You know, there's a couple of mountain bike trails I want to do. Spruce Creek, there's Malacampra, and then there's Grand Swamp. I've done Spruce Creek before, but I have not done the other two. There's also a lot of bike trails down here, you know, paved ones that I want to do. A ride through Ocala National Forest. I want to visit some springs. Literally so much stuff around here to do. More than just the beach in Disney World, or Disneyland. Disney World? Yeah, Disney World. Disneyland is in California. Well, it's going to get interesting. Am I going to win or am I going to lose? More nice houses. Still foggy over here. Looks kind of neat though, right? It's crazy how fog can change up our scenery so much. There's the Granada Bridge. I'm sure you guys can't probably see it that well, but it is there. So this is the same bridge that we went up over before going to Beachside when we first started the trip. That person had to finish her text for pursuing through the green light. There's a lot of that down here. A lot of that down here. I guess it's safer to be sitting at a red light texting than driving though, right? I can agree with that. Happy Florida. One of the busiest roads in the area. You got Granada, you got Dunlawton, you got ISB. ISB is International Speedway Boulevard. It's where the racetrack is. But those three will bring you to I-95. Which is why it's one of the busiest roads. Really looks neat though with that fog. That's a sight that I'm not used to seeing. So I'm taking it in. Got me going the right speed that time. Usually I run about 5-10 over. Yeah, I'm guilty. I do it. I'm not claiming to be an angel. That I am not. That thing looks massive. Like tall. I am very surprised it's still this foggy. It's noontime. It's supposed to all be lifted by 10 o'clock, according to the weather. Yeah, get on your own side. Oh, and it's getting dark too. Getting thick. Getting cold. Not sure if my screen's getting all foggy or not. I know my goggles are getting foggy, or covered in mist. Oh, maybe we're driving out of it now. Very nice. How about them? Wow. That was a lot, huh? They must like Christmas. I keep wiping it off. I have no idea if it's foggy. I'm just going by what I see with my goggles. gonna follow these guys. Tennessee, those out-of-staters. I'm not judging you guys. I'm really not. I've been there. I've been out of state. I don't know where I'm going. I go slower too. I'm not trying to be an a-hole about it or nothing, honestly. I just know where I'm going and I just want to go. That's all. No hard feelings. So this is the Seabreeze Bridge, also known as Mason, depending on which side of the bridge you're on. There's a good restaurant down here. It's called Caribbean Jack's. It's quite popular. Typically busy, typically a wait. You get a lot of boating traffic, and then when there's events going on in the area, you know, all the people that are flocking down here to do whatever, you know, they fill this place up too. But it's got really good food. The beer selection, in my opinion, needs improvement. The only thing you're gonna find on tap when I went there was like Miller Lite, Bud Light, just those generic beers. You don't find any of the craft beer. I want to buy a bike from there next. But they don't have a lot of craft beer. They have some cocktails, but it's not even a huge selection. But the food is good. It's a good environment, and I would recommend it. This is Main Street right here. Go check it out. Bring us to A1A, and we're going to run that all the way down to the end where the lighthouse is. This is the last drawbridge in this area. All the other bridges, they've redone them, so they're 75, I think 65 or 75 feet high. This is the only one that remains to be a drawbridge. Oh, it's a beautiful day out now. I don't expect to see a whole lot going on over here right now because there's nothing really going on. But in a couple of months, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on over here. Good times. I got my directional on. Yeah, they're already setting up for Bike Week. For those of you who don't know about Bike Week, it is a huge event. This whole area literally is just loaded. Inches away from each bike on the sidewalks. Completely lined. You cannot drive. Actually, I could be wrong. You might be able to drive a vehicle down this main road, but it's discouraged because it's just so busy. Like, there's people everywhere, there's bands, all the bars are open, you got vendors around, everything. Like, it is insanely busy. And some of these businesses don't even open until Bike Week, and then they shut down. They don't open again until the next one, which is Biketoberfest. This is A1A right here. Ocean's dead straight ahead of us. The world's most famous beach sign is right over there. I don't know if you can still ride all the way through on Ocean Ave. This right here to my left at this light is it's Ocean Ave. I know it's right here before the light. I don't know if you can go all the way through anymore because they put parking lots up there. You know what? Maybe the world's most famous beach sign is right here to the left. I forget if it's Main Street or International. It's one of the two. Yeah, there it is. World's most famous beach. So again, this is A1A. It's going to take us all the way down to Ponce Inlet. Land Shark Bar and Grill. Good place to hang out. I forget what the one next to it is. They're both new, rather new. I got my directional gone. I can't believe how much I leave that on. They make units to where you can install on here and it automatically shuts off, and I think I need to invest in one of those. On my last bike, my Indian, I had an Indian Classic. It had it already built in, and it was nice because I never had to worry about shutting it off. This one, I always forget. You know, trick people out, you know, they'll think I'm turning and I'm not. And they'll pull out in front of me. I could hit them, you know. It could be partially my fault. So I try not to do that, but I always forget to shut it off. Police sit everywhere on this road, everywhere. They hide. And they are not afraid to pull you over. Oklahoma, Cherokee Nation. I don't think I've ever seen that plate before. Or tag. Which one do you call it? A tag or a plate? Florida they call them tags. Up in Massachusetts they call them plates. Guys, it's cruising right along for being an out-of-stater. I'm 10 over. I'm sticking around 10 over. Just because I know there's cops everywhere. New Year's is coming up and everything. I'm not taking any chances. really one of those guys that like to race around anyways. I just take it slow and chill, enjoy the ride. That's why I ride around in a little 390 now instead of my 1800cc Indian. Not only that, this bike can go off-road. My Indian wasn't really built for that. I miss having cruise control. I don't have that on this bike. They're all condos. Some of them really aren't even all that expensive. No, not as expensive as I would expect anyways. I think I've seen them for like $270,000. I mean, it's still expensive, but I'm thinking they would be like 400. Maybe I just don't know the values of them. Never really looked into them. I always wanted a cabin in the woods, and here I am living down in Florida. I like Florida though. I've always wanted like a little beach shanty and then like a cabin in the woods up north somewhere. Guy's not cruising anymore. I bet he's looking for something. I don't know what he's doing or where he's going, so get out of his way or get him out of my way, whichever way you want to put it. The cracked egg right there on the right. That is some good breakfast. Very good breakfast. Wilbur by the Sea and Ponce Inlet coming up. They got some fancy mini golf going on here. There's this one and then there's another one up. Probably went by it. It's like 30 bucks to go play some mini golf. You got like waterfalls and everything, live gators you can check out. I think they actually let you hold them too. I don't know if I'd like the whole idea of holding the gator, but I'd try anything once. I've held tarantulas and boa constrictors and weird things like that, so why not a gator? Now from this point on, we just went by the Dunlawton Bridge. There's no outlet. You have to actually come back to this point in order to get out to the mainland again. You got Krabby Joe's coming up here on the left. It's another popular spot to go eat. It's a restaurant that's literally on the pier. You sit over the ocean. Right there, Krabby Joe's. They actually got wiped out by one of the hurricanes. I can't remember which one it was, but they had a lot of damage and they were closed for a couple of years, and they just recently reopened. And then they got hit with Milton, which luckily they survived. They only had like one thing damaged that had to do with their septic, and it was a quick fix. So they were back up and running, no time. They have some pretty good food there. Very good environment. We go there quite often. The price is, it's on the more expensive side, but I wouldn't really call it expensive. It's still affordable, in my opinion. I'm just an average blue-collar guy. I ain't rich, I don't make a lot of money, but I can afford to eat there. Wilbur by the Sea. One of the fancier places. This is Ponce Inlet. Whenever I want to go for a little cruise on the motorcycle just to get out of the house, I usually come down here because traffic typically is not that bad. But I also ride the road along the river. I think it's called Peninsula Drive, and it's much less traffic. Sometimes I'll come back on A1A, which is what we're on right now. Depends on what my patience level is. If I don't want to be around cars and people, I take the side roads. Torrenita Avenue Park. It's a good spot to come and park if you want to go hang out on the beach for the day. Plenty of parking. Now that's pink or purple. I don't know, is that Barney purple? Stands out. No doubt about that one. Now Ponce Inlet. Cool little garden. I like those driveways with the pavers. Like the limestone color, I guess. Always liked them. Ponce Preserve. Right there. Got some nice walking trails in there. You can run around in there. Little hills. There's exercise stations in there that you can use, and there's a lookout tower. You can see the ocean just a little bit. But regardless, it's nice to just go walk around in there. You can pop out across the street, go to the beach. There's a little gazebo you can sit in. Turn. It's like a racing museum in there. Okay, by Mr. Pennsylvania here. But anyways, yeah, North Turn, it's like a racing museum in there, but it's also a restaurant. Got a nice sized bar in there, ocean views, cornhole, plenty of seating, good environment. Bringing like live bands and stuff, and do a lot of events for like New Year's and then 4th of July, Christmas. They got stuff going on in there. Nice houses. Stand up for a few, butt's getting sore. There's a nice one. I like those. It's almost got like that Spanish appeal. Yep, those are legal. At the Marine Science Center here, they rehabilitate turtles and seabirds. They had a lot of damage from the hurricane too. This is the end of Ponce Inlet, and there's the lighthouse. Very popular spot. You got a restaurant right here. It's called Hidden Treasure. And very good food, very good environment. Not a whole lot of parking here, but they do have overflow parking available. You got a parking here you can just walk around in. You can go up in that light tower too. There's a museum here on the bottom you can go in and check out. Tells you about it. Definitely some history here. So I think this is called Peninsula Drive. Let's see, the street sign here. Yeah, Peninsula Drive. And this will bring us all the way back to Dunlawton Bridge. This is the road I typically drive to come down here. It is beautiful. I really like all the houses on this road down here in Ponce Inlet. There is a couple other restaurants down these roads, off the Hook and down the Hatch. Never been, but I hear they're very good as well. Right on the river. Love these yards. So nice. This one in particular, I love that one. That is by far my favorite right there. I love all the trees and how it's so open. I think this one's trying to do the same thing. Now the police that always sit on this road too. Look at that. I absolutely love the yards down here, and the trees, like the southern live oaks, are so crazy. They just bend and twist in just weird ways that makes them so unique compared to any other tree that I've ever seen. And then you got all that moss that hangs off the branches. It just really adds that character to them. Let's say they're my favorite trees. Well, this is going to be interesting. Do we all fit? I do have the right of way, right? I'm not going to win. I do know that. I will not win, but I do believe I have the right of way. Ram TRX. Still can't believe the cost of those. 100 grand. I'm a Ram guy. I own one. I had a 1500, now I got 2500 with a diesel. I'm a Ram guy, but I can never justify the cost of a TRX. Entryways, so nice. I never really cared to be rich, but if I could buy one of those places, those houses, That'd make me happy. The other side of the Ponce Preserve. You got parking up in there. There's actually a fishing pier that goes all the way out to the river, but I believe it got destroyed in Milton. I don't know to what extent. You can't walk out there. They got it barricaded. I'd have to imagine it'd be repaired soon. They've actually been pretty on top of getting everything fixed from the hurricane. Oh, keep getting the chills. Restaurant right up here, they got wiped out from Milton. It's called Boondockers. Also another good restaurant, never been. But they're rebuilding and they're getting pretty close to it, finishing it. We made it, right? Oh man. Wait my turn. They're probably gonna win, but whatever. They're not in a rush, I'm not in a rush. Just out here to enjoy the day. Looking forward to it because I get to spend the evening with the wife and the kid is at my mom's. Been in a pretty good mood all day because I always look forward to that. Here's that restaurant, Boondockers, right here. So that like tiki hut, they just built that because everything was pretty much leveled out. Put up an ad that they were hiring all their servers and everything, so I think they're getting ready to reopen. It's one of the places we've been wanting to go and try out. They just built up another, actually they didn't build it, it was another restaurant called Fish, and it closed down, and then Tiki Docks purchased it and it recently reopened, and let me tell you what, that food is delicious. Oh my god, is it good. It is hands down my favorite restaurant in this area at this point. I'm sure someday I'm gonna get sick of it, but I don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon. It is just so good. I have gotten many different things from there, and everything has come out with great tasting, great presentation, everything. The environment is excellent. It's on the river. I mean, the whole area, everybody in the area is raving about the food here. Tiki Docks. They have good beer selections, good cocktails, everything. I mean, what they're doing is right. They got it figured out. So, if you guys are watching this video and planning coming to this area anytime soon, I highly suggest checking it out. And I hope that this business continues doing exactly what they are doing now, because wow, there is a lot of good places around here, but this one is certainly taking the cake at this point. Look them up online, just check out their food, and what you see on their website is exactly how the food comes out, and that's rare to see. And my favorite there is I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it's like shrimp toast. It's an appetizer, and it's so good. I get it every time I go there. It's got shrimp, some kind of a sauce, it's got salsa, and it comes on like a bruschetta. Well, there goes the battery on my helmet cam, so I was hoping I was gonna last up until the bridge, which is actually right up here. So I'm not gonna be able to show you going over the bridge. Pulling up to a stop sign here. I just gotta wait, get through it. Thank you. I thought you were gonna let me go, guy. You tell me to go and then you start going. Anyways, yeah, so this is the end of the ride. I'm not gonna really bother to change out my helmet battery, just to get you a picture over the bridge, but this is the end. And I think my next one is going to actually be a mountain bike ride through Spruce Creek. If you guys are interested in checking that out, watch for it. It'll probably be out maybe within the next week or two. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this ride that I did. If you guys are coming down to the area, you know, check out some of these spots that I showed you. It's worth it. But until then, I'll see you next time. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I'll see you there. Have a good one.